We met traveling, fell in love, and never looked back.
Cute.
Sometimes you should.
Yeah.
Welcome to Guys We...
Greetings, Earthlings and listeners of this podcast. How are you doing? What a time to be alive, am I right? Welcome to another episode of Guys We...
It's the Anti-Slut Shaming Podcast. I'm Corinne Fisher.
I'm Krystyna Hutchinson.
Welcome to the show. If you want to send us an email, it's sorryaboutlastnightshow@gmail.com. Make sure to make that subject line very specific. This subject line says, partner is own business obsessed, but does nothing about it. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, small business or personal business?
We're going to find out.
I've been with my partner for 6 years, me 31, him 35. We met traveling, fell in love, and never looked back.
Cute.
Sometimes you should.
Yeah.
He works in construction and I have an office job. When we first met, he never expressed his desire to have his own business to me. It seems there has been an uptick in pop culture and social media of having your own business being something everyone should be striving towards.
That's true.
My partner started to be increasingly interested in and drawn to this idea. He bought a course by Grant Cardone. I don't know who that is, but that doesn't sound good.
I feel like he sounds like he's way too old to give business advice, but we'll
If
see.
Eric is laughing, that means he's just like a kind of a joke influencer amongst men.
100%.
The My Pillow guy for businesses.
Is he old or young?
He's maybe late 50s, early 60s.
Okay.
All right.
He bought a course by Grant Cardone on reaching financial freedom and having your own business. This was a couple of years ago. He also explored making ebooks from AI and taught himself how to use Canva. Yeah, it's not
these
hard.
are very
A child could do
basic
that.
skills. These are not impressive skills, by the way.
What are you talking about? Canva? Like, do you know what that website is? That's like to make a comedy poster for a bar show that 3 people are going to attend.
Exactly.
Forward to yesterday evening, my partner mentions that the only reason we may break up would be that we grow in different directions. I asked him what he meant by this, and he said that he was referring to us being different in what we want in life. Him being more money-oriented and wanting to create and grow a business, and me being happy to live out my life with a 9-to-5 and be in a constant state of scrimping and saving.
He's running from something.
This guy, this is the guy who's going to buy crypto and think he's going to become a billionaire.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised if he hasn't already.
Yeah, this is like very much a Ryan Long sketch that we're reading right now.
That's really what it is.
It really is.
If he wants to buy any NFTs, I'll tell him I'll sell them.
Oh
Eric.
my God.
Don't spread your toxic masculinity to him.
Now, when I entered into this relationship, I didn't think I was signing up to be a business partner. This is like this is so...
It's like a joke.
This is one of the templates of men that exist.
Yes.
The man who's not on coke but always starting a small business. This is such a type.
Where does he get the energy?
This is such a type. He constantly says we should be working on something together and spending all of our spare time on growing a business.
Oh, Jesus, yeah. What an archetype.
Yeah, I'm the guy though in this relationship.
But your business is running for mayor.
Well, no,
That's
but I mean,
pretty
I had a regular like small business too and stuff. But
That was your father's that like yours. You do it way cooler.
this is so funny though. This like so this is because I'm like I don't really see the point in having a boyfriend unless we're like building something together. I get it. It comes to the table with absolutely nothing. I don't come to the table with nothing. When I tell him that I would support him in whatever capacity I was able to, he says, "Let's start then."
Let's.
Again, I say to him, well, start what exactly? He then proceeds to tell me I am too happy to just exist and that the books and articles he reads are very adamant that your choice of partner is a very important factor in starting and growing a business.
Whoa.
This guy is moments away from getting red pilled.
It sounds like he's like halfway through Jordan Peterson's.
Yep. He was glad Andrew Tate got back in the country.
Yeah.
Oh man, I am really starting to get quite upset by this. Am I wrong not to be striving for financial freedom in starting my own business? You're asking the wrong questions here. Yeah,
do you like the guy you're dating?
The
Are you
question,
cool with him?
yeah, like basically think of what's going on with him now as you're 6 years into a relationship and someone all of a sudden is becoming a Mormon. Can you deal with that? Because this is what this is. He's basically taken on a new religion and this is going to take over his entire life. And are you comfortable with that?
Sounds like he's hyper focused and to the point where he's modeling his choice of partner off of how likely he is to build a successful business with them.
Then I gotta be honest, it sounds like he's not that smart. smart or creative.
No, if he's using Canva,
it doesn't sound like
dude,
he has an
Adobe,
idea.
dude.
Yeah.
What?
This is not great.
He should.
He definitely didn't consult ChatGPT on any of this shit.
You know what would solve this is just putting parental controls on his phone.
Yeah. No business courses.
Yeah, no business content, just tits on the algorithm.
That's really funny.
Yeah, I'd rather he be looking at tits.
I am running out of ways to tell him that he needs to start small and work on his own qualities first before launching into something head first without any focus on improving the little things in his life. I'm going to also disagree with that, though. I think women are behind because we're spending too much time fixing ourselves for men who don't appreciate it. And so like those improvements are like for you. I see that, but like that's why we never get to the big steps. That's like, men always take a leap. Kind of why I ran for mayor, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like trying to go to the gym 5 days a week rather than having a gym membership and going 0 times, which is what he's currently doing. You don't need to go to the gym to become a millionaire, though. I feel like me telling him I am not keen to go into business with him is ruining our relationship.
That means that's not a good relationship.
Yeah. I mean,
well, for you.
Yeah. Please help me with how I can navigate this. I'm not saying that having financial freedom is a bad thing, but I feel like everything he is saying to me is just empty.
Yes.
Correct. And I feel like I cannot win.
Right.
I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Otherwise, we have a very happy, fun relationship and love each other dearly. Yeah, it's not really a great last sentence that you just kind of
Other than all the
in.
times every day throughout the day that he brings up the small business opportunity.
So my first, okay, so
He's all talk.
I'm really familiar with this. This is like, this is a very, this is such a man template. So first of all, you're making the mistake of responding to it 100% at the beginning. You need to let this settle a little bit. You need to really table this and kind of just like listen to the idea. Your mistake is that you're responding authentically and in the moment when you need to let this pass like it's COVID. Okay? This is he has a disease right now.
It's a pretty bad one.
And I think it most likely will pass. What you need to do is find something else to replace this obsession with, okay? This is, you can't, when someone comes to you and says, I want to start a small business, women's mistake when it comes to heterosexual men is as we go, okay, how can I help? And that's not what needs to be happening right now. You actually seem to be doing it less than most heterosexual women, and so I'm going to commend you. For that, that's great. It seems like you're not doing enough, but we can't respond to men's little ideas, like they're ready to go.
Really good. They're fully baked.
Okay, so this is something that you're gonna just kind of like be like, oh, sorry, my nose is running really bad from my allergies, but you're gonna be like, oh, okay, maybe. Create a few graphs that look like they're important, but you didn't really put a lot of time into them. Buy some kind of a book and then say you got to read that. Something to kind of take him off course, bog him down a little bit.
Yeah, you need like a nice like smooth detour. For this kind of thinking. Like if you get him like a course on like Roman history or something, that will kind of
maybe just say one day, I wonder if we can go grow vegetables in our garden and then get him on those YouTube videos.
Oh yeah, get him on the healthy eating because you could go like the Liver King kind of route with this guy too. You just be like, oh, get into the healthy eating. That'll fix the relationship rather than the
yeah. Or come up with like a business idea that will be too hard for him to accomplish, and then give him like steps 1 and 2, and like he'll never get to step 2.
Here's the thing though.
So then you'll be fine.
He works in construction. That's a very valued type of work.
Yep.
Contractors are hard to come by. And I'm pretty sure that goes across the board. Like no one's ever talked to me about a contractor doing work on their home and it's been a pleasant experience. So there actually is a need for his skill set, but he's going about it the wrong way, making flyers in Canva.
I'm just confused on what, so
what's really going on?
Why did he learn Canva? What kind of ebooks is he trying to make? Well, it seems like he doesn't have a business.
It sounds like he just got into the alpha, the red pill. He got into the red pill algorithm that is just telling him over and over again, you need to be rich to be worthwhile. And then
and that's some man shit. That's some masculinity bullshit.
So this is Grant Cardone.
Grant Cardone got a lot of followers.
4.8 million, Grant Cardone.
He's
a bit of a zaddy.
He's a zaddy.
But he just sells like these
His wife looks like Topanga.
courses on buying, I think, like what is it, like rehab properties or something?
So Grant Cardone is basically the male version of getting really into astrology.
Yes.
And yes, Krystyna immediately came across a picture of him and Andrew Schultz, which should be your first red flag.
Love Andrew.
We love you, Andrew,
love you.
but this is a red flag when it comes to taking a detour in your life financially.
But some guys get obsessed with like a thing, but you can tell it's just because they're running from something. Yeah, I mean, this is not a
this
gender
is male
thing.
Astrology. Yeah. That's what this is.
Yeah, he's being made feel insecure by all this content, so he feels like he needs to.
At least astrology makes you feel better.
Yeah, he feels like he needs to be a part of it. Otherwise, he's a loser. And so, you just gotta.
He wants purpose and meaning in his life, and he wants direction. He's just getting in the wrong places.
Yeah, and also, while a small business could ultimately lead to financial freedom, most likely it's going to add to 5 to 10 years of like an excruciating amounts of work, and there's a very high percentage of small businesses that fail. I'm only saying this for you to tell your boyfriend, women don't listen to what I just said, please. Please try to achieve things.
You keep trying.
Yeah. This is what's happening here, and it also doesn't seem like he has the amount of motivation necessary to do something like this, which is like, I mean, he's only 35, so he's could very well, do this, but it doesn't, he came to the table, as you said, with nothing.
Yeah.
So I think
it's almost like he gave you his empty brain and goes, you put something in it.
Yeah. So do not make the mistake of blindly supporting him in this, but you need to pretend that you are if you want to stay with him, and then somehow lead him off course.
That's too much. That's way too much work.
Nah, women are so smart. That'll be easy.
Yeah. Here's a $200 fix. You get him the pro plan for ChatGPT.
I was just going to say that, and tell him to start talking to ChatGPT.
Yes. He starts talking to ChatGPT with all these ideas, and then eventually he gets sidetracked because he sees like the image generation thing, and then he just starts because he likes Canva.
I wonder what Taylor Swift's titties look like.
Yeah, he'll get sidetracked with that, start making all these images, and forget about the red pill stuff.
Yeah,
maybe.
Or also buy him one of these Grant Cardone courses if they're not that expensive, and then again, like if he actually makes it through and like comes through with a plan, then you have something. But like you have to the key is you have to lead him in a direction in which he will get frustrated and give up on his own. That's the key here.
100%.
I know exactly how this works. I know exactly how this works.
Damn, yeah, this is not an email for me to answer.
But yeah, for anyone listening, if your man comes to you with a business idea, the number one mistake heterosexual women make is excitedly supporting it from the go. I just saved you 15 years of your life.
Let's do role play, because I cannot imagine myself responding like that, but I understand that it's the correct way to go. So we're dating. I'm the guy.
You would respond 100%.
I'd be like, "Oh, cool. What's the business?"
Yeah, that's how you get yourself into a pickle.
No, I feel like you gotta do it like when like your kid is telling you about like their brand new interest that's gonna last 2 weeks. Like
right.
That's cool. Go do it. Report back.
Okay, wait. Babe.
Okay.
Babe, I took this course. Grant Cardone. He knows Andrew Schultz. They were on each other's podcast. And, I think financial freedom is really important, and I'm going to start my own business, and I think we should do it together.
Oh,
I'm really excited.
Oh, okay. What's the idea that you have for the business?
Well, we're going to figure it out. I learned Canva.
Oh, I
got flyers, so I can promote. I don't even need to hire a marketing person.
Oh, cool. We're going to make flyer. It's going to be a business that can be promoted by flyers. So like painting a house.
We're covered.
Oh.
If so, we're covered.
Okay. Well, that's so great. Yeah. I already have a job and I really like it. So when you come up with an idea, just bring it to me, and I'd love to give you some, advice about it.
Okay. Shit, you're good. Fucking shut me up.
We're already done.
Shut me up.
Well, you want to be positive,
right? But not condescending.
You want to yes and, but you want to create a boundary saying, "Oh no, I've already chosen the path I'm going down in my life career wise, and I'm going to remain on it because I am me and you are you."
That's what it says right there. Also, too, you gave room. I think what you're doing here, which is pretty effective, if this is what it is you're giving your partner room to impress you.
Yeah.
But you're not involved in the making the thing to impress you.
Yeah, that's a big adjustment I made from my 30s to my 20s. I go, I love that. That's great. Amazing. Can't wait to see the final result. Final result. Can't wait to see the final result.
That's the important part.
I'll be there. I'll be there on opening night or opening day or
when your pitch is ready
for the reveal. Exactly.
You do your practice pitch to me.
I would love to see what you come up with. I'm so excited for this journey you're about to go on.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to work.
Yeah.
And I'll see you later.
Yeah. Okay. And I mean, but I think a lot of women, like, they never, especially like in the younger years, the main concern is finding the mate, so they don't exactly know what their goal is. And then they go, oh, a man and a goal in one package. I'll just hop on this train. Sometimes it works out, but sometimes it doesn't.
But then you're looking at his train so hard, you can't even see you got a better train.
Yeah. And if you're lucky, you might get a thank you in a speech one day as your husband who's cheating on you accepts an Oscar.
While you're pregnant.
Yeah.
While you're pregnant.
And what a beautiful life that'll be for you.
That's a woman.
Yeah, I just want to compilate. I want to do a course. My Grant Cardone course is I just sit in a room with young women and I play a compilation of thank yous that women got for giving up their entire. Like if I had a nickel for every time I've heard a famous person thank their wife and say, she had her own dreams but gave them away for me, gave them up for me. I'd be Grant Cardone rich.
I think we're going to see in our lifetime a time where that can happen. A male actor can go up and accept a speech and say that shit, and the audience might go, poor gal.
I hope so, because right now people love it.
I go, poor gal.
People love it right now.
And on the opposite end of that, when the guy does give up, when the guy does that role and like moves and gives up, we give too much applause to that.
Yeah.
So we got to really even out those scales. Balance, baby. It's what's for dinner. 2025. Corinne for mayor. Write her in.
Yep.
Also, we'll say, my parents, they had a business together and they are wrapping up what has been a 11-year divorce this month.
Oh, Jesus. 11 years?
Yeah.
That's too long.
Eric.
Yeah, I know.
That's too long.
What was the business?
It was they did a real estate appraisal.
Okay.
Why did it take 11 years to get divorced?
Mostly because both of their lawyers were being petty.
Nice.
Was it lucrative?
That's helpful.
No.
Dude, I was thinking today, my parents have started so many businesses. 20%. They got to 20% and then they stopped.
It's very hard to start a small business.
But like 5 in a row.
Yeah.
My dad had a business where he advised high school students on applying and getting into college. He never went to college.
I was like, your dad didn't go to college.
He got drafted. He didn't go to college.
Yeah.
And that lasted, I was there painting the walls of his office and he got business cards and not a goddamn client.
Yeah, I believe my dad and mom, did ultimately have a successful small business. And like, listen, we didn't get rich off of it. We got very middle class off of it.
Pretty good.
But it was a business that, stayed alive. And for a good portion of my childhood was the only business. Like my mom wasn't working when me and my brother were little.
She wasn't a teacher yet.
Yeah, my mom was a real estate agent first.
Right.
And my dad worked in like the accounting department of the real estate company. My mom was an actual, agent though. And then my dad wanted to start Perfectly Centered, and my mom helped him with that.
She did.
Yes, she kept like the books and stuff for Perfectly Centered, and like did the behind the scenes work. And then, but then she ultimately went back to school and then became a teacher, which she still is to this day. And but before that, I remember my mom telling me the story, which is why I'm so familiar with this template of like I think my dad wanted to buy like a hot dog cart or some kind of food mobile.
They can be lucrative, man. If you got like, the right location.
Yeah, and like she like really, and he brought it up, and my mom dutifully went and like researched like mobiles,
sci-fi. That's so great
and stuff. And she told me that story, and so I've always kept that story with me. Like if a man pitches you an idea, welcome it.
Keep pitching.
Don't knock it down. But do not go.
Don't add.
Just listen. You don't need to research the hot dog cart. Is the lesson that I'm trying to share with you today.
Right.
And that was, and I remember that from my mom has told me that several times over the years. Like, and as just a learning story.
That's beautiful.
So I kept that with me.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. I think it's great, though. All right. If you want to listen to more of us, I have Without a Country or live streams on YouTube every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern time. And, the political journey continues, whatever direction it goes in.
And I have a Patreon where once a week I do a Zoom, and I call it Group Therapy, where we kind of go around and talk about whatever's on our mind. And I said, like, kind of offhandedly at one of the intros I'm like, I don't know how long I'm doing this. And then a bunch of people DM me like, wait, what do you mean? What do you mean?
Oh, no. And they're hanging out for dear life, Krystyna.
No, but it wasn't desperate like that. Because if it was, that would freak me out and I would end it. Because I don't want people to be like, you're my only hope. Nope, I don't do that. No, you're your only hope. But
and that's scarier.
Yeah, I know, way scarier. But I don't know. This is such a great space. The last the Group Therapy we had was fucking unreal. One woman came in and decided she was leaving an abusive relationship, created a safety plan, was like, I know it's gonna be tough, but I'm really excited. And like had this really interesting story about like what led up to that. And this other girl that's been coming for years and years finally found a therapist that like unconditionally supported her in the exact way she needed. Like, it was so cool to see. I got all these dudes into tarot and it's changing their lives. I gotta say, it's a really good space. It's a really powerful, potent space. And people like get a lot from it. And the audio of these Zooms, these therapies, are uploaded to Patreon every week. So if you're not able to participate, you can listen. And it's honestly, it's gripping. It's a group therapy podcast. It's very gripping. Because life is crazy. Life is tough. It's traumatic and everybody handles it so differently. And we have so much to learn from how other people handle their own lives, both good and bad. So to me, this is like the greatest school of life. I'm really proud of that space. So patreon.com/Krystyna Hutchinson. Any amount of money you want is good. That'll get you on the Zooms. That'll get you the audio. I think the minimum is $5 a month. But yeah, it's a really, cause I think I was like not down on it, but a little like, I don't know, because I'm like, is this, I was getting a little Nancy. I'm like, is this even helping anybody? But then without really communicating that part, I got all this feedback that I'm like, oh, it is. It really is. So it's lovely. And I think you should sign up. It's really cool. And one of the Zooms every month is a spiritually themed Zoom where we do activities where we test our psychic powers. And it's pretty fucking great. How are you?
I'm good. Over the weekend, I discovered an Instagram where a woman who is pregnant with an incarcerated man's baby is trying to hook other women up with incarcerated men.
Miserable like me.
I knew this was a thing. No, she seems actually very happy because the man's not around.
Oh, hell yeah.
So she's kind of getting... She gets
child support from a prisoner?
No, because they're not broken up. He's just in prison.
Oh, right.
They're together.
Yeah.
So she gets all. It's kind of like she gets all the benefits of, like, she gets to tell people she has a boyfriend.
It's like an AI boyfriend, but with a dick.
Yeah. She gets to go to have sex because she gets conjugal visits.
Fascinating. We got to do an episode on that.
Yeah.
And I could totally get how that's super hot.
Yeah.
Conjugal, even the word conjugal visit, even though it kind of sounds like an STI, it kind of gets me horny.
Well, I actually saw the bed for the first time because I never knew what the conjugal bed looked like. And it kind of looks like when you go to get a massage, but at not a super nice place. Like, like the kind of $40 massages that we have in...
It's not a twin bed, right?
It looked like it's very small.
Give them a full.
It looked very small.
Wow.
It looked like college size, dorm room bed. Okay. And yeah, they've tried for and she does, so now she does Inmate of the Week, Cupid's Corner, and she'll show who is available. And this week she was featuring this guy named David Hatch, and then she gives his, mailing information, which I'm not giving you guys. You have to find out on your own if you're going to be twisted.
That's brilliant.
And then it tells you what they're convicted of. And then this guy's convicted of first-degree murder because he killed a woman. And everyone in the comments,
take that back.
Yeah, but this woman who's pregnant with the incarcerated, her guy is incarcerated for second-degree murder, and she really likes to tell people that there's a very low rate of recidivism for
second degree
for his crime.
Oh, okay. Well, second-degree murder is like you were there while someone got murdered?
No, second degree is
manslaughter.
Is you didn't plan it.
Oh. Oh, okay. Okay, that's way better. So the other guy that she's featuring is first degree murder of a woman?
Yeah, first degree, I mean, to me is like a calculated murder.
Okay, I love a planner, but not that kind of planning.
I actually don't really have respect for second degree murderers. So at least like if you're gonna do
where's
it,
your focus?
If you're gonna do it, put together some kind of a plan. If I got second degree murdered, I would be furious.
Yeah, I would be mad for you. I would first degree murder the guy who second degree murdered you.
I deserve better.
Just for you, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. You just woke up today and chose hate?
You just sprung your knife and it happened to walk into her eye.
Yeah. Manslaughter is like the accidental. Second degree, I think, is like in a fit of rage kind of murder.
Oh, okay. So you mad.
I believe.
Like I know there's vehicular manslaughter, which is usually not intended. So I mean, of course, sometimes it is.
Yeah. So second degrey is an intent. It's an intentional killing, but without the premeditation and deliberation.
Okay. So it's in the moment.
Yeah.
So you're like present.
Situation.
Right. So it's like a murder is like present.
The manslaughter is the real like accidental.
Okay.
It's a general intent crime that involves killing someone without malice. So like a lot of times, you'll get manslaughter for like a car
drunk
wreck
driving
or something like that. Yeah. But yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Or if you're a woman in Texas and you had a miscarriage.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
That's another thing.
And this woman is cute too. I just want to see like she's a cute.
Oh yeah.
She's cute.
She's got like
gal.
that crazy face good in bed.
She is this is a cute gal.
I would be friends with her. She seems very fun.
Yeah, she has a great personality and she truly believes
Super
that a lot of these murderers, all they need to turn their life around is a little bit of love.
Hey, I actually really agree with that. Maybe not love from a woman now.
Yeah, I think they need
maybe just like love and support in general.
I think they need empathy, but there also is a certain type of murder that or crimes that I don't know if we're going to come back from. Yeah, and I feel like first degree murdering a woman is possibly one of them.
I'm a little my opinion of her has been altered by the fact that she's promoting this single guy who intentionally killed or who like in a fit of rage killed a woman.
It's really interesting though. Yeah, it's called Cupid's Corner. It's ttc.prison.wife. Like this one guy is in Canada, so maybe she's Canadian herself, but it's really very interesting. I'm really into prison. I also follow this other account called Prison Story where it's a woman she's out of prison. But she tells you she tells you all the hacks how to survive in prison, and I love that.
Yeah, I love hacks.
I love to be prepared for a situation, even if there's a slim chance I'll ever be in it, because you never know.
You never in this political environment. You never fucking know. The mayor of Newark's getting arrested. You never know.
You never know.
You know that really hot prisoner? Oh my God, whose headshot went viral.
The hot light-skinned black guy with green eyes.
Jesus Christ. Yo, Peter Guns is like friends with him.
What did he go to jail for?
I don't even care. I don't know. I hope it's something. I don't know. I have no idea. I forget. The headshot.
He has a partner though, I think, right?
Maybe. I mean, so do I, but whatever. He's just so hot. He's the hottest person I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm. You do like a bad boy between him and Luigi.
Oh, Luigi. With that green sweater? In the courtroom?
It's so funny because
I would wife him up.
To me, Luigi is very much like the real life Penn Badgley in you. It's like in the moment he's going to sweep you off your feet, but like ultimately I don't think you can fully trust someone who has murdered another person premeditated.
Hey, I see what you're saying.
I just don't like. For me, I'm never going to truly sleep easy at night.
Yeah, my pussy would.
I just there's no
He's
part
so
of
hot.
me.
I would feel sexually satisfied just laying next to him. I think that guy's so hot, and I think he's hot. Like if you even take away the crime, he's like my kind of guy. Oof.
I like that she said if you even take away the crime,
but the crime kind of helps
because of the type of because it's this pursuit,
the social justice.
It's this pursuit of justice.
Yes. Yeah. He's like a real life Batman, but like going about it. But the thing is, the best way. There's better ways to go about it.
But now we're living our whole life based on Luigi's interpretation of justice. Like, what if you litter and then it's donezo for you?
I hate litterers, Corinne.
I do.
I've almost gotten myself killed because I flipped off a guy who threw garbage out of his car.
Maybe
and I didn't
you
care.
and Luigi are the perfect.
I think we are because we both got tempers and we both hate injustices and we don't like when people get away with shit when they're really fucking a lot of people over and it's rude and when your presence on this earth does more harm than good. I mean, I'm not going to do anything to you, but my boyfriend might.
Right.
The perfect road rage partner.
Oh my God.
Luigi
we would be the
Mangione.
best. What is that? Selma, oh no,
Bonnie and Clyde.
Bonnie and Clyde. What a power couple.
And this right here is why the David Hatch, the first degree murderer, is going to find someone right here.
Okay.
Looking for love in all the wrong places.
Yeah. And now, guys, this is just for the YouTube portion of the show. So if you're one of the people that listen to us on YouTube, watch us on YouTube, rather, we had a little technical kerfuffle earlier where we recorded the intro for this week's episode and half of the video got cut off. But we loved the audio that we talked about. So if you want to hear that, head on over to anywhere you get your podcast. That's where you can listen to Guys We Fucked. But so for you guys, so that we have a full intro for you, we're going to read another email. Okay? sorryboutlastnightshow@gmail.com. That's where you send it. This subject line, help, how to end a friendship. Hi, Corinne and Krystyna. I hope you're having a lovely day. I'm really curious about your opinion on how to navigate not wanting to be friends with someone anymore. I am hoping that by the time you get to this email, I will be down one friend, but interested in how you would navigate or have navigated friend breakups before. My situation was friends with this person for a year where we spent lots of time together. Looking back, I don't think I ever connected with her. This could be time bias, though, in the sense that I don't remember much past yesterday. Okay, you okay? I have also made new friends in the past year who I really love and have found to be the type of people I like to spend time with and connect with, right? Yeah, sometimes you can like love bomb yourself over a friend, meaning like you think they're greater than they are.
Well, and sometimes also you think maybe just friendship isn't for you, and then you realize that you actually just needed an entire new group of friends, which is what happened to me during COVID with comedians. There was like one comedian group that I was hanging out with, and I was like, okay, you know, and then I was like, I guess this is just like maybe who comedians are, and maybe they're not my favorite people. And then I started hanging out with like my Canadian friends, you know, like Ryan Long and Danny Polishchuk and like those, you know, and Chloe LeBranch, and she's not Canadian, but you know, and I was like, oh, the other people I was hanging out with were just actually bad people.
Right.
And so now these are good people, and obviously it feels better to be friends with good people.
Night and day.
So there you go.
Nothing particularly bad happened with this ex-friend. I just realized she's boring. I mean, that to me, in my book, that's bad. But that's subjective. We stopped communicating / seeing each other often, and I was hoping this would be enough for the friendship to fizzle out. I've totally been there. And then they're like, wait, Krystyna, let's hang. And you're like, ah.
But it also depends where you are in your life, because when we're young people just in general are more interesting. And then as you grow and people start, deciding what paths they're going to go on, that's when a lot of people will go into the boring category.
True. There's a little avoidant personality sprinkled in my being, but she keeps contacting me sporadically. I have been short when responding, but today I decided to send her a clear text because I think it is the respectful thing to do. I would agree. But you gotta gauge it off of the nature of your friendship. But
especially because the reason is like she's boring. It's not like she's did anything bad,
right? I mean, you don't tell her that.
You know, being boring is not a crime. That being said, you know, that's probably why she really likes you, because you're probably bringing an interesting spark to her life.
To me, the biggest crime you can be is boring. But that's very
spoken like an addict.
I know.
I was like, that's definitely
call me Luigi.
That's definitely not.
She was a good friend after all. The situation made me think of what you guys have said about just breaking up with somebody and stop wasting their time by dragging something you have no interest in continuing. So I extrapolated it into this situation. I understand the other person might be hurt by this. I'm trying to be empathetic, and I don't mean to be mean. But I keep thinking I am coming across as harsh.
I really want to see what you said.
That makes all the difference. Words matter, and I get it. Sometimes I'm just like, you're fucking boring, and it's like, there's a much nicer way to say that.
You said that to someone? I've said I said I'm not feeling it.
Was this for friends?
Really? I've said that to like someone I was dating when they were boring. I've actually never broken up with a friend because they were boring, though. I
was trying to formally break up. I was trying to fade away, and they weren't having that.
Yeah, because like boring people, I'll just hang out with like a little bit less because I still do think they have value. I think sometimes actually, especially in this profession, it's good to have some boring friends.
Well, see, the thing is, boring.
They're safe.
I don't mean boring as in like calm. I have a 9 to 5 and I don't do crazy drugs. Like that to me is not boring. I think there's a lot.
Yeah.
I'm interested in that. Boring to me is like you don't ever want to do something fun, like ever. Like you just like you have this like play it safe kind of way of going about the world.
A little bit rigid.
Yeah, rigidness and not really into having fun, like being spontaneous and stuff. Like my friends and I, we hang out a bunch, but mostly we're just hanging out at one of our apartments playing a game. I mean, that's lovely. That's perfect. That's like the perfect night for me. But somebody who's like lame. I think lame is the closer word for me.
Yeah.
Lame is
and we see that
word.
reveal itself a lot more in adulthood. Man, I mean,
lameness is a crime.
That was, I gotta be honest.
Why would you be lame?
I had a real tough time looking at Instagram on Mother's Day because I was just like, I was like, are we just do we all have the same goals? That's what it feels like to me.
Ew, yeah, that's
well, especially because I feel like I'm old enough now that Mother's Day is now it's all my friends having kids instead of honoring their own mothers, and it just seemed like again like it was just like a lot of the same. It's everyone kind of leading the same life.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I don't know what to do with this.
Yeah, that seems kind of boring.
Felt weird.
Do you also believe I would owe them a reason as to why I don't want to be friends? I mean, she's going to want to know. Nothing bad happened. Nothing bad happened. They are just boring and we don't vibe anymore. And this seems mean to say. Yeah. I mean, we don't vibe anymore isn't offensive, I don't think. I mean, anybody could say anything's offensive, right?
Yeah, I would just say, I wouldn't say call someone boring. I would say I just don't feel like we have the same...
Like friend chemistry?
Like we're on the same, we have the same like wants and we're in the same direction, headed towards the same direction in life. And I just want to hang out with people who I feel like are a little bit more aligned with me. That's a good one. Something like that. Aligned. That's a good word to
Alignment.
use. Align.
Very good.
And I mean, I don't actually think it's a bullshitty word. I actually do think that, your goals, your where you want to head is not aligned. I think that actually makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, to me, yeah. I want to conclude my mail by saying friends are one of the best parts of life, and I love mine very much. Love you guys. You've greatly shaped who I am today. I wish for lots of good coming your way. Again, we're going to keep you anonymous. Okay, yeah. I would say, yeah, our goals for what we want. You'd be good at saying that because you could say it with sincerity and authenticity. I would just be like, yeah, our goals. Not like, like I'm busy, you're busy. And see, I don't want to hang out with you. I'm busy is obviously
is to me obviously a cop out.
But when I hear somebody say I'm busy to me for whatever the context is, I go, yes, that is a cop out, but that probably means you don't know how to say what you really want to say, and frankly, that's fine. Like I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
I'm fine with giving a bullshit. If somebody gives me a bullshit excuse, okay.
I've never really been interested enough in being friends with someone that I ever cared to think why they didn't want to be friends with me. If we're being honest.
I don't think I have either.
I don't
know if I've had anybody go like, I don't want to be your friend anymore though. I usually cut people off. Have I gotten cut off? I'm sure I have.
You probably didn't even notice.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck it. You don't want to talk to me anymore? Okay. No skin off my nose. On to the next. It's New York City, baby. So yeah, if you want to email us, if you got a problem, if you have a crazy story, do you have a weird thing that you need advice on?
On your toe?
Your weird thing on your toe?
Weird growth?
Yeah.
Let us know about it.
We are the most accepting people on the internet.
Wow, that's quite a claim, Krystyna.
I know it is, and I mean it.
Wow.
I mean it.
Wow. I don't know that I would call myself the most accepting person.
I'm pretty accepting. So, but with us combined, we're pretty accepting. That
there
equals.
You go.
So yeah, so write us. sorryaboutlastnightshow@gmail.com. We love getting your emails. I love being in the grocery store waiting in line to pay, and I'm like, what's the guys who fucked email say? And I love it. So thanks for listening, guys. This was a YouTube exclusive little email we gave you.
Look at us.
Yeah, giving back to the bros of YouTube.
So this is going to go insert in the middle, or do we need to say now? Do we need to intro our guest now?
We'll intro the guest. We'll intro the guest. Okay, good call. That's why they got to be two of us. One person can remember all of it. Well, you could, but so we're very excited to have this person on. She hosts a lot of events, a lot of television shows, a lot of talking head. You've probably seen her on Bravo. She's a stand-up comedian. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show,
Chanel Omari.